The story of the Mothman is one of the most famous modern myths in the United States. It is a tale about strange sightings, mysterious events, fear, and a tragic disaster. The story mainly takes place in Point Pleasant, a small town in West Virginia. During the years 1966 and 1967, many people in the town claimed that they saw a strange creature with wings and glowing red eyes. Because of these sightings, people believed the creature was trying to warn the town about something terrible that was going to happen. After a major accident, the collapse of the Silver Bridge, the creature was remembered as a possible sign or messenger. Later, a writer named John Keel wrote a book called The Mothman Prophecies, which made the story famous worldwide. To understand this incident clearly, it helps to look at what happened step by step. This explanation will tell the story in simple English and describe the events, the witnesses, the theories, and why it became such a popular legend. The Mothman story began on November 12, 1966, when 5 men were working in a cemetery near the town of Clendenin, West Virginia. They said they saw a large man-shaped creature fly low over their heads. The creature had wings, and it did not flap them like a normal bird. It simply glided. The men were surprised and frightened. At first, they did not tell many people because they thought no one would believe them. This first sighting was strange, but it was only the start. 3 days later, on November 15, 1966, 2 young couples from Point Pleasant were driving near an old abandoned industrial area known as the TNT area. This area used to be a place where explosives were stored during World War II. It had many empty buildings and dark, quiet surroundings. While driving, the couple saw a tall creature standing near the road. They said it was about 7 feet tall, with a large wingspan and glowing red eyes. When the creature looked at them, they became terrified and drove away quickly. But the creature flew into the air and followed their car. They told the police that it chased them at speeds close to 100 miles per hour. The police took the report seriously because the couples were clearly frightened. After this report, newspapers wrote about the sighting, and soon many more people came forward saying they had seen the creature too. Some people said it looked like a human mixed with a bird. Others said it looked more like a huge owl or bat. But almost everyone mentioned the glowing red eyes. Because of its wings and the way it resembled a giant moth, a newspaper gave it the nickname Mothman, and the name stayed. After the news spread, Point Pleasant became filled with fear and excitement. Almost every night, people went out looking for the Mothman. Some wanted to catch it, while others simply wanted to see it. Police officers received many calls from citizens claiming they saw strange things in the sky or in the woods. They could not investigate all the reports because there were so many. During this time, other unusual events were also happening. Some people said their dogs went missing. Others said they felt like they were being watched. A few families heard strange sounds outside their homes at night, like wings flapping or humming noises. Some people even reported seeing lights in the sky that they believed were UFOs. These events made the town even more nervous. One famous story involves a man named Newell Partridge. He said his television began to flicker and make strange noises one night. His dog ran outside and started barking loudly. When he looked out with a flashlight, he saw 2 red glowing circles in the darkness. His dog ran toward the lights and never came back. The next day, Partridge heard on the radio that other people had seen the Mothman the night before. He believed the glowing red circles were the creature's eyes. Because so many strange things were happening at the same time, many people believed the events were connected. Some thought the Mothman was dangerous. Others thought it was trying to warn them about something. A writer and investigator named John Keel heard about the story and became very interested. He had studied many strange cases around the world, such as UFO sightings and mysterious creatures. When he visited Point Pleasant, he began interviewing witnesses and collecting reports. People called him whenever something unusual happened. He noticed that many people reported strange phone calls, unusual dreams, or feelings of fear. Some even said they saw mysterious people dressed in all black who asked them not to talk about what they had seen. Keel believed these events were part of a bigger mystery. Over time, Keel started to think the Mothman might be connected to warnings about a coming disaster. He felt that something bad was going to happen, but he did not know what it would be. He tried to warn people, but he had no clear proof, so many did not take him seriously. The most tragic part of the story happened on December 15, 1967. The Silver Bridge, which connected Point Pleasant to the town of Gallipolis, Ohio, suddenly collapsed during the busy evening rush hour. The bridge was filled with cars, and when it fell into the icy river below, 46 people died. It was one of the worst bridge disasters in American history at the time. The whole town was heartbroken and shocked. After the bridge collapse, something interesting happened. The Mothman sightings stopped. People no longer reported seeing the creature. This led many people to believe that the Mothman had come to the town to warn them about the disaster. They thought the creature appeared because it sensed danger and wanted to alert humans. Others believed the creature brought bad luck or caused the tragedy. Even though engineers later said the bridge fell because of a small metal flaw, many people still connected the collapse with the Mothman sightings. Several years after the disaster, in 1975, John Keel wrote a book called The Mothman Prophecies. In the book, he described the sightings, the strange events, his investigation, and the bridge collapse. He suggested that the Mothman may have been a warning sign from some unknown force. His book became very popular because it mixed real events with mysterious and paranormal ideas. Readers found it exciting and frightening. In 2002, a Hollywood movie based on the book was released. The movie, also called The Mothman Prophecies, starred actor Richard Gere. Although the film changed some parts of the story, it brought the legend to a global audience. After the movie came out, many people around the world learned about the Mothman for the first time. There is no scientific proof that the Mothman was a real creature. Most scientists believe people may have seen large birds, such as a sandhill crane or a barred owl, which can have red reflections in their eyes at night. Fear, confusion, and the dark might have made the bird look bigger or more mysterious than it was. Some people may have imagined things because they were already scared and expecting to see something strange. Experts also explained the bridge collapse. They discovered that a small piece of metal, called an eye bar, had a tiny crack in it. When the metal finally broke, the whole bridge failed. In other words, the collapse was a mechanical accident, not something caused by a creature. However, many people still believe the Mothman was real. Some think it was a supernatural being, while others believe it was an alien or an unknown animal. The mystery remains because there were so many witnesses, and their stories were very similar. Today, the Mothman is a popular part of American folklore. The town of Point Pleasant celebrates it every year with the Mothman Festival, which attracts thousands of visitors. The town even has a Mothman museum and a large metal Mothman statue. People enjoy the legend because it is mysterious, spooky, and connected to real history. The Mothman has also become a famous cryptid, which means a creature, that people claim to see but which scientists have not proven to exist. Other cryptids include Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Chupacabra. The Mothman is now one of the most well-known creatures in this group. The Mothman Prophecy incident continues to fascinate people because it blends real events with mystery. The creature sightings, the strange reports, and the tragic bridge collapse make the story powerful and emotional. It also raises interesting questions. Can some creatures sense danger before humans can? Do people see strange things because they are afraid? How do myths and stories grow in small communities? Why do some legends become part of culture while others disappear? The story also teaches us about how fear can spread quickly. When one unusual event happens, people may begin to connect unrelated things and believe they are part of a larger pattern. This is a natural human reaction. It shows how our minds try to find meaning, especially during times of stress and uncertainty. In simple terms, the Mothman Prophecy is a story about a strange creature that many people claim to see in Point Pleasant before a tragic bridge collapse. Some believe the creature tried to warn the town. Others think it was simply a case of misidentified animals, fear, and coincidence. The true answer may never be known. But the story remains alive today because it combines mystery, tragedy, and human imagination in a powerful way.